Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So it's a beautiful Saturday morning, and we're gonna go hook up the trailer and we're gonna go get another project. So a friend of mine on Facebook and a viewer of mine on YouTube got a hold of me about a week ago. Said he's got something he thinks I might be interested in. So I'm gonna go hook up the trailer and we're gonna go pick it up. So we definitely got to get the WD Allis-Chalmers tractor home, because this goes with the tractor just like the 66 all-crop combine goes with that tractor. So can you guess what it is before we go get it? So let's get the trailer hooked up, we'll get the Bobcat loaded up, and we'll head over to his place and we'll get it picked up. Well, before we load the Bobcat, we need to run out back and get the boom for it that we built probably 10 years ago, back when we were really hot and heavy in the tiling. We would get semi-fulls of rolls of tile, and they would drop them off here. Well, we'd have to reload them and take them to job sites. So we call it the dick. We use it for picking up rolls of tile, but I also multi-purposed it. It works as a boom for the Bobcat also. Slides right on the forks, chain it back to the fork so it can't slide off, and then it's got a hook in the end of it so I can chain stuff to the end and pick it up. So I'm gonna go find it, and we'll get it in the Bobcat, load it on the trailer, and we'll head out. Well, we found the dick, so we're gonna head up to the shop, get loaded up on the trailer, and we'll get on our adventure today. So this thing's pretty heavy built, so I can pick up some pretty heavy stuff with it. And as long as the forks don't break off or peel off the bob patch on the front of the Bobcat. So for those of you that are wondering about our new Bobcat, it is actually officially on its way. So we've got confirmation that it has been built. We've got a serial number for it, and it's on its way. So hopefully here soon it'll be here with us. So I'm pretty excited about it. Can't wait to get it, because it is a lot bigger than our T300. So I'm anxious to see what it's going to be like. Well, we made it over to Roselawn, where we're going to pick up the surprise. It is an Allis-Chalmers roto baler. This thing's going to go perfect right next to the all-crop combine and the WD Allis-Chalmers tractor. It's in actually really good shape. So I know this thing's probably not practical, but it's going to be fun to play with. Make a few round bales for the goats. They're goat size round bales that come out of this thing. So we've got it in a transport position. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get behind it with the Bobcat. We're going to pick it up, we're going to set it on the trailer. And we also have the books for it. Those look like the original books, don't they? February 1962 roto baler. This thing's going to be a lot of fun, I got a feeling. And it did work. They did have it working. They made some round bales with it. It's got a few slight issues that need figured out. So it's not like it's totally not going to work. So just a few things I got to figure out and see what we can do with it. So we're going to get it loaded up now, and we'll get it home. turn it a little, Brandon. Somehow. Yeah, but we got 6 feet off this side. I'm thinking we're going to have to put that wheel over. Well, we made it home with it, so now we're going to unload it. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pull it off. We're going to put some air in that tire on that side to keep it from steering that away, because that tire is fairly flat. And then I think I'm just going to run my fork all the way over to the one side of the mast and then pick it up, and I'm just going to slowly back off the trailer with it, and I think we'll be fine. So we'll see how this goes. So we're going to see how well this goes, because actually the wheels are actually sitting right on the rub rails of the trailer. So I'm going to have to be very straight taking this off the trailer. So let's see how it goes. Well, unloading it went very successful. If I would have known that it was going to be that easy to roll it off, I would have probably rolled it on that way. But with the flat tire and stuff, might have made it a little difficult. But it was, I think, just as easy to just chain it and pick it up like we did. I didn't have to take the dick, but that was a good thing to have in case we needed it. So it's always good to go prepared when you're going to pick up equipment, because you never know what you're going to get into, especially like these Allis-Chalmers implements, since they're so wide, like the all-crop combine, it's so wide that I thought we would just take something extra in case we needed it. So anyways, I was reading through the books on the way home because I've never messed with one of these balers before. I've always seen them, seen YouTube videos of them, thought they were really cool. And when Tyler contacted me and told me he had one, and if I didn't want it, they were going to scrap it, I said, oh, no, don't scrap it. I'm definitely interested in it. So I thank him for that opportunity for me to be able to get my hands on one of these. But they're very interesting the way they work. And from the way I understand it in a book, they will make from a 14 to a 22-inch bale. You can change the bale size. The way it works is the bale, or the windrow comes up the conveyor and goes into the baler, and as soon as it has enough hay in it to make the size of bale that you want, it automatically shuts the conveyor off, and it goes through the process of wrapping the string in a spiral pattern around the bale, and then I guess it automatically spits it out the back, ejects it. So the bales are, not very big. They're not like a traditional round bale you see nowadays. They're small. They're to the point where you can pick them up by hand and carry them around. So I'm not sure if the roto baler was the first round baler, but reading in the book, the idea behind the roto baler was that it kept the leaves on the hay. It handled it gentler than any other baler at the time, and it rolled that all up and kept the leaves and stuff, and it also kept from having sharp stems cut off. So a lot of interesting stuff to read in the book. I can't remember all of it by heart, but they also said that a round bale was more weatherproof. That was one of their big claim to fame when they made this, according to the book, because of the way the bale was round. The rain would run off of it, and also there wasn't much contact on the ground of the bale laying on the ground like there would be with a small square bale. So Allis-Chalmers, being the inventor that they were, they came up with something cool. So definitely interesting. I like looking at this thing because there's so much going on here that has been simplified so much in today's technology, but it's just cool that they got all this stuff to work back then the way they did. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. And it's not practical to, do a couple 100 acres of hay with it by no means, but I am going to do enough to play with it. Tyler said his dad was having trouble with the feeder chain. He said it was getting cocked, and I think what is happening is one side of the chain seems to be a little longer than the other side of the chain, so I think that's causing some issues. So I'm gonna go down to Jeff at Rife's Farm Equipment and see if we can possibly get this chain new, and maybe these pieces here new, and I can just cut off all these rivets and change them slats to a new chain and put all new chain in it. I know we need to do some belt work because some of these belts are pretty loose compared to others, so which is no big deal. I have the splicing tool from when I made the belt for the conveyor for the trommel, so I've got all that stuff. So just some things we're gonna have to work through and get figured out, and hopefully have a lot of fun with it, make some good videos on it. So anyways, thank you, Tyler, for giving me the opportunity to purchase this. I greatly appreciate that. So thank you everybody for watching, and be looking forward to seeing these videos coming up probably next hay season. I don't know if we're going to get to it. We might string out some hay that we have in some bales and try it out if we get a little time or something like that. So I would like to cut some beans this fall with the pull type combine. I haven't got to do that yet because last fall was so rushed, but I am going to try to do that this fall. So we'll see what happens, but at least one more thing was saved from the scrap. So here at my non-official museum, these things can stay alive. So anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you all in the next one.